All right, here we go. Naruto Shippuden?
Shippuden.
Shippuden. That's not a bit, by the way. My memory's that bad. Anyway, here we go. We embark on this journey. I'm very excited. This has been in the works for quite a while. One more piece of business we got to talk about before we can actually get into me starting this series. One of the reasons why I was going to delay it till the summer is people insisted that I watch the English version of this, but the English version doesn't have subtitles. So what the hell am I supposed to do? I felt like subtitles were a necessary component of the full reactions because I'm doing full reactions. I would never have time to edit everything; it would be really slow. So they have to be full reactions. Even that, takes it's pretty time consuming. So I hate the idea of doing a full reaction without captions. So I was like, I'm going to try to figure something out. Maybe there's an AI thing that'll do captions. Maybe there's like some bootleg version somewhere in the dark recesses of the internet that has an English version with subtitles. I was going to try to look that up, and I didn't have time. I had the day-to-day grind, just trying to make my deadlines every week and every month. I didn't have the extra time required to do all this research to try to figure it out. So I was like, I'll just do the next series next summer. That was one of the primary motivations. And then I started doing some other shows, like Fullmetal Alchemist, which was in English and didn't have subtitles. And there was a couple others. I don't remember what they were off the top of my head. But nobody, not a single person, not that there was a huge number of people watching, but there's a pretty strong core group. 20, 30 people were watching Full Metal Alchemist, and nobody complained that there was no subtitles because it was English without subtitles. So that encouraged me. So that's what I'm going to do. Like the reason why I'm able to do this here in February, you'll start to see these in March, is because now I don't have to worry about trying to source out and find a version of this series that has English voices but also subtitles. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, so there won't be subtitles now. There still will be video up there. You can sync to the video, and also I'm going to tell you exactly where to sync. But you will no longer have the luxury of seeing my subtitles and see if my subtitles match your subtitles. And I also think there are some people who have watched the show so many times they just use the subtitles to remind them of the episode we're on, and they don't actually watch their own copy. That's gonna be a lot harder to do now. So hopefully that doesn't detract from the experience too much. But really, if you wanted subtitles with the full reaction, like we're talking, I don't know when that would happen. I honestly don't. I don't know if it would have happened next summer. I wanted it to, but it's been really hard to find a source of it. So all my usual sources, you can get English or you can get subtitles with Japanese, and that's all you can do, right? So it's not a perfect world. We make the choices we have to make. We have to, live within the confines of what we're limited to. So, having said all that, that's what we're doing. We're doing the series in English. Also, the original series, the audio English and the English subtitles did not match, and I always wonder about it like that. That it didn't seem to confuse anybody, but to me, sometimes I would get confused. I'm like, well, that's what they're saying, but then what am I hearing? What I'm hearing ain't match what they're saying. I just watched 5 episodes in that format, the last 5 episodes of the last series, and I was bumping up against it again. I was like, man, the audio isn't matching subtitles, so that was kind of weird. Not gonna be a problem anymore. We're just gonna have the audio. So, all right. Well, if we're all clear on that, for this episode, we'll be starting at the very beginning. I'm gonna just have to play it by ear, see what the situation is. I don't particularly want to sit through the theme song every episode 300 times. So I prefer to cue at the end of the theme song, but they're going to have a bunch of cold opens, and some of the cold opens might be long, and none of it's redundant. I may have to sit through it. I'm flexible. For this first one, I'm going to sit through the theme song. So, and plus, I wouldn't mind hearing if it's changed. I don't mind experiencing it once. I just don't want to experience it 300 times. So that's fine. So this is the first episode of the Shippuden, and yeah, if you didn't watch the other video, there is an intro video that explains why we're watching the first episode and not the 119th episode or any other particular order. Also, I don't think I mentioned it there. I'm not going to be watching any of the movies unless somebody gives me a compelling reason. If somebody makes a strong case and you've been around for a while and I feel like you're not gaslighting me, I'm open to watching the movies. We'll just have to see how it goes. But my intention at the moment is not to watch the movies. So we're starting with episode number 1. We're at the very beginning, and we're going on 1. 3, 2, 1. Show me what you got, new show. Ah, crap. I think it's cut. You know, the black bar is only there for this cold open, if I remember right from my screen recording. I think we get full video moving forward, or I'm gonna have to do something with that so you can see a little bit more of the video. Let's see what happens after the theme song. Not it. It looks like Naruto. That is him. That's his voice, I think. What if this is a dream? No? This could be like a foreshadowing, like a flash forward. Yeah. We know what you're looking for. This is feeling like a flash forward cold open. Which could explain the aspect ratio. Oh shit. He looks older too. Which I was pretty sure there's gonna be a time jump between last series and this series. Is that him? With him aged up, I'm not sure. The other two, I recognize them by their clothes. Uh oh. This has got to be a dream. He looks about a year older, I think. Maybe two. It's harder to tell with her. Because he has such a baby face, right? Is that him? That is a great job of aging him up because I can't tell for sure. Yeah. The whole nobody understands me bit. This was a great scene here. We're 2 minutes in, and I already have shit I want to say about this. Yeah. Well, you kind of gave me that work, you know? So, what about you at all? I see. Man, he got down there fast. That's pretty scary. You're standing a little closer, bro. Your whim, huh? Maybe you shouldn't listen to your whim. Calm down. I think he's got this. Or he doesn't believe you'll do it, one or the other. Yeah. Well, shit. Whoever's doing that voice is really good. Yeah. Tap into it again. Yeah. That's badass. Given to the dark side. I'll just take what I need. Yeah. This is my personal place. Yeah. This is awesome, man. Yes. I like evil. Why don't we hang out instead? This Fox is talking shit. Get out of my head. Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do, you won't know what I'm talking about because I'll have already done it by the time you watch this. But I'll leave for this credit. I'll show you what I'm talking about if I do this. If the aspect ratio stays the same as it is for the cold open for the rest of the episode, I'm just gonna I'll trim it and superimpose it so you can actually see some effing video up there, right? So you have something to go by, right? Because right now there's just a little bit showing and there's this huge bar. Like when I recorded it, I thought I was recording it like because I usually match it up on what I see on the screen. I have a variable box I use to screen record, right? So that's what makes me think that once we get out of this, because I'll pick a random place in the episode, cue it up to that, then start at the beginning, right? So this is all inside baseball. You probably don't care about, but the point being, I'm confused by why we're seeing this aspect ratio when I'm sure I drew the box around what I was seeing on the screen. So I don't know. It's very weird, but I'll correct it so it won't be a problem on your end. Because we're already not getting the damn captions. You got to at least be able to see a little bit of the video, right? The music's always been good. And this seems shorter than it used to be. See, here we go. Now you can see the full video. That's what I thought. That's what makes me think that was a flash forward. They use a different aspect ratio. Okay. Sometimes we use visual language to give us some idea what the hell's going on. Hmm? Wrecked. Incompetent. I'm assuming those little kids growing up a little bit. I think I recognize the voices. So not only you're incompetent, you're also thieves and vandals. Idiots. Arrest these people, whoever they are. Oh yeah, that property damage, theft, destruction of property. Yeah. Now we just see somebody carrying a plate glass across the road, right? That's Naruto? Naruto? Yeah. Yeah, that is that kid and his buddies, right? Really? It's a demon cat, man. Look at him. He is a demon. Damn. That is a demon. Yeah. Tear that ass up. I'm going to turn back to my former statement. Incompetent! Unbelievable. Yeah, we'll see about that. That's right. You have no nose left. It took three of you, and you can't handle one cat. Demon. We caused 100,000 yen in damage. Assholes. Idiots. It took you 2 weeks and $100,000 in property damage. Yeah, terrible. And less screen time. You're never getting your badge. Yeah. God damn. Yeah. Oh, really? F them. Yeah. Yeah, first I've heard of this. Trying to figure out how long it's been. Judging by the character upgrades in design. Yeah. It seems to be at least a year. Maybe longer. Even if it takes a massive time jump first. Yep. He's a folk hero too, apparently. This is our security at the gate. You look like an information booth at Disneyland. She's going to run into a blonde idiot. Hey, there's my answer. What'd you learn, kid? That puts him about 16 or 17, right? Oh, they just missed each other. Look to your left. You seem confident about that. Guess who just walked in? She knows. She apparently knew he was coming soon, right? Hey, man, that's pretty good. Neither of you, apparently. Shut up, we're trying to sleep. 2.5 years is a long damn time, man. The whole first series was only about 4 to 6 months, right? Something like that. Who else will be staying up there like a moron? Sup? I like that Sensei's down there too. I mean, I thought he would have went to go, you know, transact some business, shall we say? We're not still doing this shipping crap, are we? He was a short little. He's a short little guy before, wasn't he? Nope, you pretty much look the same. I was thinking the same thing. Not much. She doesn't really change that much. He has. Dude, it's not like she's crushing on you. Really? Not bad. I mean, you're an idiot. That's a stupid thing to use it on, but that was pretty good. Really? You're gonna be all mature, huh? I don't trust it. I don't trust it. He's gaslighting that kid. I don't. This is the Naruto we need. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, I knew he was gaslighting him. It only took 10 minutes for domestic violence to start again. Kick his ass. Violence in relationships is not toxic at all. That's right. Hey, so is she gonna be using these fisticuff energies in these fights we're gonna be having? Not a word. Show me. I want to see receipts. Oh shit! Really? We're doing this, huh? Is it Lee? You cliffhanging assholes. Okay, that gives me an opportunity to make some predictions here. I think it's Lee. That's the most likely thing. To produce a reaction like that, I don't know, though, a reaction like that, it'd be somebody he's not expecting. I guess I'll go with Lee, but I'm thinking I'm probably wrong. All right, what I'm going to do, so now that I know for a fact that it's a flash forward, I suspect as much. They're not going to just throw us into like that, like just immediately jump us into the action like that at the beginning of a series. That's just not going to happen. So, but then also I was pretty confident I had gotten the aspect ratio correct when I was screen recording. So the visual language is another thing they do. Like you'll see them change the color or something if they're doing flashbacks, or Westworld was really good with changing the aspect ratio when they go into the simulation, out of the simulation. Marvel was another one that did that very well with WandaVision. When they were switching back and forth, the aspect ratio would change. So visual language is pretty well established. So I figured that's what was happening. But I just want to go through this one more time, and then I'll come. I'm going to do this, and then I'll come back with some thoughts. Okay, a couple interesting things. One of the things I was most concerned with was there anybody else with them? And I've been able to pick out two people. This one was pretty subtle. Who is this? Who's this person behind Sakura? I don't know. I don't recognize him, but I assume we'll meet him at some point. And the other one is, who's this? I wonder if this is Lee. Lee has such a distinctive look. I hated his character design. I didn't like it. I think he looks like Elmo, and I don't think that's the tone they're going for. The voiceover actor, at least in English, is very earnest, and he seems like a serious character. He takes himself seriously. He had a serious struggle. He almost died. His resilience and tolerance of pain was very good. So I don't think this is Lee. So I don't know who this is either. Oh, I guess I should show you who I'm talking about here. This right here. I don't see the bushy eyebrows, they literally call him bushy brow. So it's probably not Lee. So I don't know who the hell that is. So I'm curious who these two companions are in the flash forward. There's two more people that are with them. I wonder if one of them is going to be one we see step through the door. Probably not. Probably somebody they knew in the past. Although both of those guys, maybe people I know, they've just been aged up and it's hard to tell, right? Yeah, very interesting. I love flash forwards, and whenever I'm presented with a flash forward, Breaking Bad, Hannibal, any of these shows, I would go over and over them again, like the Zapruder film. At the end of every episode, I know that they're leading up to, like, for instance, Hannibal. In season 2, they start the season with a fight that happens in the very last episode of the season. So I had 13 weeks, and every week in those 13 weeks, I'd rewatch it and try to see if there was anything else I could pick out. And it was interesting because I had seen it so many times. When we got to the finale at the end of the season, I noticed all the little changes they made in the edit. They didn't just re-show the footage from the beginning of the season. They re-edited some things and remixed some things. I was able to pick out each moment because I'd seen it so much. Breaking Bad, same thing. They did that several times. So I love the flash forwards. I love the concept of it. I love going back over it again. So I'll probably revisit this several more times too, depending on how long it takes to get this. I suspect it's going to take a while. We might be talking 100 episodes in before we get back to this. That's the thing. If this wasn't part of the manga, where they didn't do a flash forward and then continue the story, then you've got the source material. You can do whatever flash forward you want to, right? And you know the exact context. Whereas, like with these other examples I'm talking about in Breaking Bad, the beginning of season 5, they show a scene. They didn't know what the hell it meant because they broke the season up into 2 parts. So they had 8 episodes and 8 episodes. That was their season 5. And they shot the 8 episodes, took a break, and then shot the other 8 episodes. So at the beginning of the first set of 8 episodes, they didn't know at the end of the season what that meant, what they were showing. They figured it out with the rest of us, right? Whereas in this case, you know what you're doing because I assume the manga was finished. That was another question I had here. At this point, with the start of this episode, is the manga finished before they started this? I suspect so. I think that's why they started the second series, was because the rest of the manga was finished and they're ready to go. I don't think they were chasing it. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But if that's true, they can do a flash forward and they know exactly what they're talking about. They know what to show and what not to show. Whereas, like, if this was live action, they hadn't written it yet. you might see characters show up here who really don't mean anything. They were only here because they had showed them previously, right? Here, I think these two new characters are going to mean something. Also, don't forget, special double upload today. Just because this Monday, I just wanted to start this new series off with a bang, right? So it'll be 2 episodes a day. There's another one coming up today, and then one a day until Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday we're getting a couple more episodes each day. Just a reminder.